righty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to St. Clair Bowl, home of the Fairview Heights Sectional here in 2018. Emil Williams Jr. here with you, one of 4 sectionals being live streamed this weekend. It's the afternoon block as we begin game 17 through 20. At the end of today, these teams will have both 32 Baker games. They will come back tomorrow. Actually, a little bit earlier. I believe we start at 7:30 a.m. tomorrow. They'll both 32 more games, 16 in the morning break, 16 more in the afternoon. And at the end of tomorrow, 4 teams, both from the men's division and the women's division, will advance to the Intercollegiate Team Championships at Sun Valley Lanes in Lincoln, Nebraska, April 16th through the 21st. We are watching Grandview and Tulane. This is our women's featured pair, 25 and 26. And on 27 and 28, Waldord and Grandview. So both Grandview squads get the featured pair at the same time. So that is that's pretty cool for Grandview fans. In fact, they will even make the flip, not necessarily simultaneously, but they will end up on 26 and 27 respectively, and then you'll get a great opportunity to see both teams. You are watching, encourage you to interact with me. I have no troubles there and look forward to talking with you. If you have a question, I'll do my best to answer it. Standings are located in the event description under results and more. There is a link there. Closer to probably, I would say game 22. More than likely, the standings won't be updated until after this first round is over, or this first block, I should say. So the next score update you'd see would be after 20 games, and it would be during the next group of 4 games. At the break, on the men's side, Vincennes, Calumet held the lead after 16 games on the men's side at plus 65. 32-65 their total. Arizona State is in second at 32-45. Lindenwood is third at 31-93, and Vincennes is fourth at 31-61. Nebraska fifth with 30-80. St. Ambrose is sixth with 30-54. Actually, I think that's not right. It's only not right because I couldn't see properly. Uh, 30-80 for St. Ambrose. Davenport is seventh with 30-54. On the women's side, Lindenwood, 33-51. They are plus 151. St. Ambrose is plus 109. They are in second at 33.09. Stephen F. Austin is in third at plus 50. And Campbellsville is fourth. They held the lead early on in this tournament. They are fourth with 32.08. And fifth is UW-Whitewater. Wisconsin Whitewater 31.81. And Calumet is sixth, 31.59. Lineups, at least for game number 1. For Tulane, they go with Tierra Gullum, Isabel Lee, Nicole Williams, Madison McCall, and Michelle Ung. With Haley Hammond on the roster currently. Waiting in the wings. Said Tulane need a quick substitute. For Grandview, Michaela Erickson led things off. She was followed by Amanda Duplin in the number 2 hole. Hannah Duver bowling 3rd, Hannah Munson 4th, and Becca Broerman is in 5th. This Grandview squad took Newman to the limit at the Hoosier Classic, ultimately finishing 2nd to the Jets. But Grandview defeated Wichita State in the semifinals. They made some noise trying to get back to the ITC. They were there last year. Had a very good showing. Viking men over on lane 20. They are going with Aaron Yehuda, Zach Mitchell, Noah Tom, Sam Cantrell, and Luke Fisher. Finally for Waldord, Roger Harford, who qualified for the Intercollegiate Singles Championships yesterday. So he will head to Lincoln right now as a singles competitor. Try to help his team, Waldorf, get to ITCs as well. He is leading off. Tanner Schmitz bowling 2nd, followed by Michael Templin, Spencer Armstrong, and Kyle Swiderski is the anchor player for Waldorf. The Storm Ringer, the stream New Jersey is Stratford. If you head to Bowl, well, if you're on YouTube right now, just go ahead and type in youtube.com/BowlTV. More than likely, though, if you scroll down, you may see what also is live for Bowl TV currently on the right side of your screen. Be sure to select ITC Sectionals. Stratford is in parentheses. If you have any trouble there, you can go directly to bowl.com/sectionals and select the stream for the appropriate location. Rick, hello, how are you? Hello to Emily as well. A lot of Grandview fans. Jordan giving Arizona State updates. Already 258. Lanes were not re-oiled, so important to note that this is the burn essentially. Thinking about what Arizona State has shot, they ended the first block on a very high note. Arizona State's last 4. 192, 203, 258, 234, or excuse me, last 5, I should say. But last four, 203, 258, 234, 197. Now out the gate, 258. Andrew, I'm checking on that. We checked on that a little bit earlier. I thought it was updated, but I don't know if we're having just an issue with that particular one. I'll try that one more time. If you have a question, though, I do have the schedule in front of me. I'll be happy to assist you there. Kelly, Davenport in the standings. Davenport is currently 7th on the men's side. A total of 30-54. And for reference, 4th place, which of course is the cut here to make ITCs, is 31-61 at the moment. So right now they are 107 pins back. Didn't pull too bad earlier, especially when they were on the featured pair. Unfortunately, they struggled down the stretch. 139, 140, and $160 that last setting. No problem, Kelly. Jordan's always funny because I know that he's coaching. It's impressive. We'll keep an eye on ASU. Andrew, I think we're getting closer to having the schedule updated. So we should be pretty in just a second. All right, Grandview in the books again, 224 to 225. A nice start for the Viking men. Andrew, the schedule is now live on bowl.com/sectionals. The link says men and women. The schedule is combined. 170 for Waldorf after their hot start at 257. See if Grandview can make a move here. Grandview in the standings, 18th. But anything can happen here at sectionals. I think maybe for the first time today, the men may get done before the women on our featured pairs. The ladies have been cruising. See where Waldorf is in the standings. Waldorf is 20th. They've had a couple 240, 230 games. Like they just haven't been able to sustain the momentum from those games. And they can change that here this afternoon into the evening, just past 2 o'clock Central Time. Don't forget, folks, because I know I might. So if you don't see me, if you don't see a live stream in the morning at the proper time, it is possibly because I overslept. Or is it underslept when you have to push your clock back, or excuse me, push it forward an hour. But don't forget to go ahead and do that. Of course, technology helps these days. Generally, your phone will do it for you. But just in case it didn't or it does not, don't forget to spring forward. I feel like we just set our clocks back, and now we're giving up that hour. Unbelievable, right? All right, 190 for Tulane. All right, let's make some changes here. Wholesale changes coming up. Moment that most Grandview fans have been waiting for, the opportunity to potentially be side by side, see the men and the women's team both together here and completely together as they bowl literally next to each other. issue 223. Again, our lineups way back in game number 1. So if you're just joining us, these may or may not be correct, but Waldorf featured Roger Harford, Tanner Schmitz, Michael Templin, Spencer Armstrong, and Kyle Swiderski. For the Grandview men, Marian and U-Dub, and I believe I just don't think I'm pronouncing that correctly. If anyone has some insight to that, please let me know. Zach Mitchell, Noah Tom, Sam Cantrell, and Luke Fisher. The Grandview women, they began this block with Michaela Erickson, Amanda Duplin, Hannah Duver, Hannah Munson, and Becca Broerman. Avery Thomas and rooting for Tulane. Speaking of Tulane, when they started, they began with Tierra Gullum, Isabel Lee, Nicole Williams, Madison McGall, and Michelle Ung. Right now, Waldorf on a 3-bagger. High flush there for Tulane. In a row early for Tulane. Double spare. And the 0-5-7 from Noah Tom. I liked where he was playing at yesterday, although different, what I assume to be a different pattern. We don't know the lane conditions. He was playing it fairly straight yesterday, and it seemed to be working. It worked for Jordan Shepard as well. He threw it pretty straight and made some great things happen. Four in a row now for Tulane, and Noah Tom gave it a good run. Open in the 8th for Waldorf, and a split in the 8th for the Grandview men. Just a quick recap, Grandview began, they started on lane 28, shot 224, 225. Both teams, of course, made the flip. Now bowling on the other lane. Right now, it seems to be successful for both Tulane and Grandview, and the opposite, potentially for Grandview and Waldorf on the men's side. Although Waldorf can get 220s with a double and 9. Get max for 221. Spare there for Michelle. And through the face there, 3-6-9-10 for Waldorf. So best they can do now is shoot 201. And sectionals ongoing. Stratford, Smyrna, Tennessee, Stratford, New Jersey, and Dallas, Texas. Fullstream TV and Craig Elliott in Dallas. Inside bowling and Mike Flanagan in Smyrna, and Aaron Smith of USBC is in Stratford, New Jersey. And all of the live stream links available on bowl.com/sectionals. frame in the 10th for Waldorf. They shoot 189. Big double there for Grandview. Oh, and nearly what should have been probably a 3-bagger. High flush, and the 7-pin does not fall. That's not nice. Good shot there from Amanda Duplin. Waldorf trying to max at 178. Or excuse me, Grandview, beg your pardon, and they do that. Nice shot. The Grandview men shoot 178. Well, I gotta be honest. If you're familiar with college bowling, you know that the shot there from Aaron for Grandview, you know that cheers are very popular and very, at this point, what seems to be a very important part of collegiate bowling. You hear it every now and then on the men's side, but nearly every shot on the women's side. But I just heard a pop by the Sailorman. I believe it was from Grandview, and that is arguably the best cheer I've ever heard. Shout out to them for their creativity. Popeye is an underrated cartoon character. All right, Grandview. Spare here, 225. And that is in the books. They're going 184, 199. Now 225. Sounds like one of my league sets. Whenever I get a chance to bowl these days. right, Waldorf on a little run here. They've been able to string some strikes in this set. They started with 257, now trying to finish with something major. Andrew, yes, Ancilla will be on the live stream pair. And they should be on the final block of today. So in essence, it'll be games 29 through 32. Essentially on the schedule, it will be round 8. So if you look at this schedule, it's essentially, you can read it kind of like a league schedule in a sense, but just know, yeah, obviously find the team based on the number, and that's where they will go each and every time. The lane up top, and then the round is essentially just the block. ASU trying to do some damage. Someone might go plus 200 today. Very well could be Arizona State. You're welcome, Andrew. Thank you for watching. All right, Waldorf spared in the 8th, back on it in the 9th. Here is Noah Tom for Grandview. No love on the 10 pin. It wiggled. A shot there from Madison McGall of Tulane. Now on 4 in a row. There are 3 games to so far, 181, 190, 201. Trouble in the 10th for Waldorf. That's a tough looking 2 for a 10. And by Cantrell there in some trouble. Five in a row now for Tulane. Yes, ma'am. Emily, on the schedule position round will be round 16. That will be games 61 through 64. Dave, Mount Mercy. Let's see here for Dave. Dave, what you want to look at is rounds 5 through 8. And so that's basically how this schedule translates. 216 for Waldorf. So round 5 here is games 17 through 20. Round 6 would be 21 through 24, and so on. Now, if you're having trouble just finding the schedule completely, that is located on bowl.com/sectionals. If you need a little help deciphering it, I can certainly do that for you. Waldorf finishes with 216. So Dave, Mount Mercy, if we're talking about, yes, we're talking about women. So they are on, right now they're on lane 3. And then they move to lane 5. Or I beg your pardon. Right now they are on lane 24. Okay, I got you, Dave. Now, I was confusing myself there. All right, Mount Mercy. Right now they're on lane 7. They'll move to lane 3 for the next block. Then they'll be on lane 5. And then they will get close to the live stream pair at the end of today on lane 24. To the schedule, Dave, this is round 5, if you're referring to the schedule. Tulane certainly on fire, but front 6, now 7 spare. Grandview trying to keep the run going. The women, that is. The men finished with 173. Tulane finishes at plus 32 this block. They shoot 832. Grandview shoots 800. Arizona State shoots 269. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Emily, for your help as well. Yeah, I know there's a lot to kind of look at when you first glance at that schedule. So if anyone has any questions, just let me know. But the best way to look at it, obviously, find your team and just go across each round. Now the rounds represent essentially the game blocks. And so 17 through 20, game 17 through 20, round 5. 21 through 24 will be round 6. 27 through 30 will be round 7. And 31 through, wait, what did I just say? 25 through 28 would be round 7, and 29 through 32 would be round 8. Then there's the break in between, and that means the day's over. And then we'll start over tomorrow with round 9. And then all the way through, of course, the position round. We'll have a break after round 12. Again, I'm just reading directly from the schedule, so we're all on essentially on the same page. And then, as Emily mentioned earlier, position round tomorrow will be round 16. Really nice ending to what has been some solid bowling by both of these teams. Speaking of Tulane and Grandview, Michelle Ung, a chance to get Tulane into the 260s. And a 10-pin. Four games per round. Bowlers, or teams, excuse me, bowl 2 games on their starting lane for that particular block, and then they flip. Nice game for Tulane, 254. Grandview finishes with 215. So more good bowling there. 823 for Grandview, 826 for Tulane, 832 for the Waldorf men, and 800 for the Grandview men. Some very nice bowling, our featured pair, as we come back from lunch. Hello, Brad. All right, we're moving to games 21 through 24. Every time I hear the sound of a bowling ball dropping this week, it just, they seem so violent. I don't know if it's just St. Clair, but they seem so violent hitting the ground. Hey, Brad, you know, Brad, it's funny, we actually have 4 going. What you see on Bowl TV, if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, is Dallas, Fairview Heights, and Stratford. We're also in collaboration with Inside Bowling and Mike Flanagan. So you can view Smyrna on the Inside Bowling YouTube channel. Check that out, subscribe while you're there. Subscribe to Bowl TV if you have not. And visit bowl.com/sectionals, Brad, for all of your sectionals needs, results, schedules, and all of the live stream links. Someone had a question. When will round 10 be? Round 10 will be tomorrow morning. So we begin at 7:30 with practice. Round 9 will be games 33 through 36. And then round 10, in essence, is games 37 through 40. It'll be tomorrow morning. After round 8 on the schedule, and there's that break where there's no info, that is the break from day 1 to day 2. All right, Viterbo and Clarke set to join us here on the women's side. I'm going to try to help everyone out and add some items to the event description and base it on the schedule. That way, when you read the schedule, it won't be, it'll click for you there. So this is, again, on the schedule, round number 6. Oh, excuse me, yeah, round 6.
Try something different. Right. About time.
Viterbo and Clarke ladies have joined us here on our featured pairs. And for the men, Judson. Along with Highland Community College. All right, folks, I tried to add some items to the event description. Try to help you out, make it a little easier. Bowl.com/sectionals, as Emily put in the chat, is the one-stop shop for everything you need. But if you're just curious about Fairview Heights, for example, I've added the links to games 1 through 16 results from this morning. That is a direct link. And then once the score update is available from our first 4 games here this afternoon and so on, those will be available under games 17 through 32. You'll also see the featured pair schedule. So if you were to throw that up against the schedule, that's who will come through. And our featured pairs. Meanwhile, Clarke is off to a pretty good start. Now open in the 8th. All right, I hope that helps. Waldorf, William, you just missed them. The Waldorf men were on our featured pair to begin this afternoon's competition. And they shot 832 for their 4 games here on lanes 27 and 28. 257, 170, 170, 189, and 216. From a standings perspective, they were 20th coming into this afternoon. So everything in regards to the event description, if you don't see it, you'll have to refresh. Then all of that should appear. Again, the 17 through 32 update is not yet ready. So if you click on that link and it says results coming soon, that is because they are still coming soon. All right, I'm gonna go get some lineups, folks. Hang tight. All right, folks. Appreciate you. And so you'll know some lineups for Viterbo on lane 25. They have gone with Sammy Verhagen, Carrie Kipp, Lauren Schoenman, Hannah Jersa, and Kaylee Brault. That is the Viterbo lineup. For Clarke, Melita Olig, Katie Cox, Sarah Grable, Jessica Howell, and Jordan Kirschbaum. That is the lineup for Clarke. On the men's side, Judson is rolling with Salazar Brandon, Otiniano Luciano, David Ritchie, Lynn Lau, and Freddie Rosa. That is Judson's lineup. And for Highland Community College, they have gone with Bailey Lai, Trace Ermy, Evan Jaros, Jared Johnson, and Bryce Lawson. If you're just joining us, this is Intercollegiate team competition. It is the singles qualifications. 4 sectionals. This is the Fairview Heights sectional hosted by St. Clair Bowl in Fairview Heights, Illinois. I'm Emil Williams Jr. here with you. Been here all week. Yesterday was the singles competition. 6 men and 7 women qualified to move on to the Intercollegiate Singles Championships in Lincoln, Nebraska. April 16th through the 21st, same time, of course, as the Intercollegiate Team Championships, which is what today and tomorrow will determine. 4 teams from each division will represent essentially the Fairview Heights sectional. Stratford, New Jersey, Smyrna, Tennessee, and Dallas, Texas, the other sectional sites. Got to keep an eye on certain teams today. Teams are trying to put themselves in the best position possible to win an ITC berth. Never a guarantee that you are going to make nationals. You have to continue to fight and earn it all the way down to the very last ball. And sometimes, in many cases, it comes down to that last shot. Anyone have any questions in the chat, be sure to drop those. We've answered a couple throughout our first block this afternoon, so appreciate everyone tuning in. Please let us know, let me know, I should say, hey, where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. I know Jordan Asperger is rooting for. In fact, he's coaching, actually, so he doesn't count. But feel free to let everyone know where you're watching. Some of you probably are rooting for some of the same teams and you don't know it. Clarke and Viterbo made the switch. Viterbo shot 150, then 211. Judson struggling a little bit here. They have yet to find a strike this game. They started with 199 in game number 1. Highland Community College 176 here in their game number 2. Thanks, Kelly. Emily watching from Rosemount, Minnesota. Emily, were you watching yesterday? Rosemount sounds familiar. If you were, thank you very much. Kaylee, let's check it out. My guess is if you ask that question, they probably aren't, and they are not yet. As soon as I know, I will certainly pass that information on to you in the chat so you are properly updated. Hey, Jennifer. It's in the Viterbo Hawks. Thank you, Schuneman. Appreciate that. I thought that was a U in the, when I took a photo of the lineup card, but I wasn't really sure. But I appreciate that, Schuneman. Thank you. All right, we might have good news. I've been told that standings are close, and that means they should be hitting the interwebs shortly. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. Oh, that's not good, Jennifer. And here's why I say that. You can't get used to those mispronunciations. People mispronounce my name on a daily basis, and it just bothers me every single time. So I do feel you. I feel your pain, certainly. And that's why I've worked really hard to not do that. So I know what that feels like, to have your name mispronounced over and over and over again. Plus, as broadcaster, you kind of get trained early to have to make that extra effort, basically, to go down and speak with a coach or an assistant, or sometimes you ask the players themselves. But I have experience in other sports. If you talk to a coach, actually in this sport too, if you talk to a coach, they even sometimes give you the wrong pronunciation. And then you just say, well, what do you do? All right, looks like our 20-game update is up. It is available on the interwebs. I'm gonna check the event description link to make sure it works. And it is, so we all should be good, folks. Everything you need in the event description. Results and more takes you right to bowl.com/sectionals. We've got games 1 through 16 for Fairview Heights in the event description. And now 17 through 32 and your featured pair schedule. Speaking of standings, let's just go ahead and get through those. Let's run through. On the men's side, Arizona State, not a shocker. They have taken the lead after an opening block of 985. I thought that might be the highest block by a lot, but that is not the case, because in second is Calumet. By the way, Arizona State 42-30. Calumet now 42-21. They shot 956 in game 17 through 20. Lindenwood is third. They went 877. They sit now at 40-70. It's already some separation. Arizona State and Calumet now from third. St. Ambrose is fourth at 40-34. And Vincennes is just a few pins back at 39-77. On the women's side, Lindenwood is in first, 41-21, followed by St. Ambrose in second at 41-08. Stephen F. Austin is third at 40-14. UW-Whitewater in fourth, 39-94. There's a tie for fifth with Calumet and Campbellsville at 39-32. Lane 31. Emily, well, whatever game that is, and it's either, at this point, game 23 possibly. Looks like they, at best, they can shoot 160-ish. Actually, might be 159. Didn't see what, of course, they shot prior to that, but some struggles in that particular game. Welcome. They just started a new game. And I'll try to keep you posted. Just give me a old reminder in the chat room. I know Highland and Judson, they have one full game left after this. Judson shot 199, 137 before making the flip. Highland 147, 176. And if you missed it, Clarke shot 186 in the third game. Viterbo 193. Back in the chat. Hope lunch was good. Darnell, the scores are located in the event description, and all of the links that you need are there. Results and more. If you want full results, that's where you go to learn more about all of the sectionals. And of course, Fairview Heights games 1 through 16, if you want to know what happened this morning. And of course, our most recent update between games 17 through 20. All there for you in the event description. Go ahead and scroll down and click the appropriate one for you. Again, coming up next in our featured pairs, we'll have the Marian women's team and University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. On the men's side, we'll have UW-Lacrosse and St. Ambrose. All the St. Ambrose fans. Nice bounce back game there for Judson. It was much needed. .212 following the 137 game. Viterbo and Clarke, just a few more frames. In fact, Viterbo 2 left. They're a -46 here on this block. Left lane hasn't been kind to Judson or Highland. Judson left there after shooting 137, and now Highland very well to shoot something similar. 33 for Highland. Highland Community College, however, they did win the National Junior College Championship. .170 for Viterbo. That took place at Airport Lanes in Cheektowaga, New York. They actually defeated Ancilla. Ancilla College is here and represented. Well, they have a women's team here. Their men's team did not qualify, I believe, for sectionals. Talking to Coach Chris Beach. Highland, it was the first national championship of any kind for Highland Community College. They are located in the Rockford area. The actual city is Freeport. Clarke finishes with 145. Tough ending to what was a solid start for Clarke. 214, 191, 186, and then that 145 game. All right, right now the stage belongs to Highland and Judson, two Illinois squads. Judson's got some pretty good and knowledgeable individuals on the staff this week for them and throughout the season, for that matter. Brandon Biondo providing some experience in coaching and teaching. He will be competing for Judson in the fall after transferring from Wichita State. Be closer to home and his family. And Judson finished strong here. 9th frame shot, which that was a good one. Meanwhile, Highland Community College still looking for their first strike. And now their first open frame, the washout. Judson certainly has themselves an anchor player. He has filled it up for the most part when his number has been called. I believe that is Lynn Lowell, who was the anchor player on the field shot there. 206 for Judson. Their lone hiccup at 137, which took place on the left lane. Marian and UW-Milwaukee on our women's feature pair. Please welcome them. First shot of the match, excuse me, this game. Washout 1-2-10 for Marian. Highland Community College, 3 frames left. Oh, nice high flush shot. Double there for Highland. And that gets a smile on the faces. Marian off to a slow start, couple mistakes here, mental errors. .175 for Highland. Two Milwaukee, or excuse me, Wisconsin teams represented. UW-Milwaukee on the women's side, now UW-Lacrosse. St. Ambrose not wasting any time. One block left after this. Going by pretty quick here this afternoon. All right, folks, got some lineups for you. Marian shot 181 game one. And a 198 for UW-Milwaukee. For Marian, led by Jerica Heibel. Her lineup consists of Ashley, I believe that's Case, either Case or Koss, Aubrey Trexler, Angela Leap, Annalie Sisk, and Emily Hulis. That's the Marian lineup for UW-Milwaukee. They start with Carrie Warner, Courtney Ginther, Kayla Uri, Skylar Malcolm, and Lauren Haberlin. For UW-Milwaukee, and they're in the 8th frame. St. Ambrose to their right on a 3-bagger. UW consists of Ben Polzin, Matt Milos, Brandon Borjadal, Zach Hansen, and Jacob Dunham. And St. Ambrose now with 4 in a row. Jordan Chavez leading off, followed by Brandon Sramek, Brandon Dodge, Brent Boho, Junior Team USA member, and Nate Stubler. I heard the crowd yelling Nate in the background. So far today, this afternoon, I should say, on our featured pairs. On the women's side, the highest scoring was our opening afternoon block of games, where Grandview shot 823 and Tulane shot 826 on the women's side. On the men's side, Waldord shot 832 and Grandview shot 800. So games 17 through 20 are the highest scoring this afternoon so far on our featured pairs. Like your confidence, Mitchell. the moment, St. Ambrose, and this is the after 20 update, St. Ambrose was in fourth, 40-34. $194 for St. Ambrose in game one, $184 for UW-Lacrosse. I know St. Ambrose, another good example, upstart program. They've been around now for, it seems like a long time, but they're still a pretty young program overall in comparison. But they've had some really good players. They've got a good squad now. Programs take the next step when they make ITCs and over consistently. Obviously, the more exposure and visibility the program has, the better from a recruiting standpoint. Got to be able to get some athletes. Got a high-scoring affair going on to our right. It looks like Clarke and maybe Calumet. After this game, folks, we will have 6 games left total this evening. And we will call it a day, but very early morning. So gives the student athletes, coaches an opportunity, spectators for that matter as well. Chance to kind of sit back, relax, and almost get a full night's sleep. Minus that hour that you're going to give back. Or maybe you'll get it if you don't set your clock. All right, looks like we've got a score update based on what I see on the monitors. That means it will be hitting the internet very shortly. Fairview Heights men after 20 games. Again, Arizona State, Calumet, Lindenwood, and St. Ambrose. That's after 20. After 24 in Smyrna, Robert Morris, St. Francis, Scad, Savannah, and Lincoln Memorial on the men's side. .260 one more time from Arizona State. Thanks, Jordan. 166 for UW-Milwaukee. All right, update is in for 24 games here in Fairview Heights. We have a new leader on the men's side. It is Calumet. They lead Arizona State. Calumet 51-08, Arizona State 50-84. Arizona State and Calumet have been simply amazing, to say the least, for 8 games. Here's what Calumet has done this afternoon: 254, 224, 249, 229, 203, 255, 232. Their low game 197. Arizona State 258, 223, 238, 266, 265, 207, 203, 179. Lindenwood is in third at 49-78, trying to gain a little ground, make up some pins to move up in the standings. They had their last 2 games, I'd say they were pretty solid. After shooting 200, 184 on one lane, they made the flip and shot 258, 266. St. Ambrose still is in fourth. They opened the afternoon shooting 277. Their last block, 177, 190, 170, 245. And they stand at 48-16. Vincennes is in fifth, just 11 pins behind St. Ambrose at 48-05. Davenport is in sixth at 47-04. Well, they are 100 and change back. On the women's side, Lindenwood, they lead with a total of 50-09, very similar to what the Lindenwood men did. And that last block, 162-206, made the flip, changed lanes and shot 253-267. How about that? St. Ambrose women have moved into second. They now sit at 49-52. In third, Stephen F. Austin at 48-35. In fourth is Calumet, 47-89. And in fifth place, 60 pins back, are the Grandview women at 47-39. UW-Whitewater just 2 pins behind Grandview at 47-37. Campbellsville is right there, although they have taken a step back. dropping now all the way to 7th. They are struggling here this afternoon. Mount Mercy in 8th, Aquinas in 9th, Marian in 10th. 18 women's teams, 22 men's teams. Job while I was reading the scores. St. Ambrose shot 266. Teams have made the flip as well. Again, the scores are updated, folks. Be sure to check out bowl.com/sectionals. And Smyrna, UW-Whitewater is 1 pin back of 4th place. So something to keep an eye on there. We've got 32, essentially 34, but a whole day tomorrow. 32 games tomorrow before all is decided. St. Francis, Illinois. UAB, Pikeville, and RMU. Robert Morris leading the way. See Alabama, Birmingham in the top 4 in Smyrna after 24 games. And Stratford, Willie P., Weber International, Morehead State, and Notre Dame, Ohio. With Siena Heights and Indiana Tech lurking. And Stratford on the men's side after 24 games. On the women's side, Sacred Heart, Weber International, Schenectady, and Delaware State. They are the top 4 after 24 games. In Dallas, McKendree, Wichita State, William Penn, Midland, and Newman is 10 pins back of 4th. After 24 games, there's a lot of separation between 4th and 6th. And some significant separation between 5th and 6th there. On the women's side in Dallas, McKendree, 49-08, Wichita State, 47-22, William Penn, and then I believe, not sure who was in 4th there, I'll have to check that out. So what you've got going on in the Dallas sectional on the women's side is what many believe to be arguably the 2 best women's teams in the country, regardless of whether it's NCAA or USBC Collegiate, and with McKendree and Wichita State. A lot of folks would like to see that match up to quote-unquote settle the score, if you will. Who's the best team in a women's collegiate bowling? All right, this is game 27. Overall, 27 of a total of 32 today. To our left, what do we have here? We got a 3-bagger, spare 3-bagger, and now a 4-bagger. So Grandview making some noise. Grandview with a 5-bagger and trying to max out at 279 as the 10th frame is forthcoming. UW-Milwaukee struggling that game. They shoot 129. Marian shoots 188. Open in the 10th for Grandview. They shoot 243. They leave a few pins out there. But it's a big game. Not sure where they are or what they shot, I should say, this block. In this particular quad of games. In the standings, Grandview was 5th and just 60 pins back of 4th. So games like that certainly will help them get back into the top 4. All you need to do though is be in the top 4 at the end of 64 games. I know I make it sound so easy. And all these teams are working hard throughout. Lacrosse at St. Ambrose. One can shoot 195, one can shoot 194. You see Eric Liddick, the coaches for the St. Ambrose crew. Eric in the front. Led him several years back, about 2003. Eric helping run the Greater Iowa Scholarship Bowling Tour for a very, very long time. Not sure of how many years, but many, many years. UW-Lacrosse, they've been solid here. 184, 208, 190. St. Ambrose 194, the big 266, and 195. A lot of things to look forward to in April. Of course, ITCs, ISCs in Lincoln, Nebraska. If you're a convention goer, the USBC convention also in April. And Reno at the Grand Sierra Resort and Casino. The USBC Masters coming up in April as well. And the PWBA Tour starts at the end of April. St. Ambrose out to the early double. I think they had some issues with the scoring at the end of their last game or previous game, where they were given a couple shots after only throwing one. And of course the score monitor had already changed, and so they actually threw their field shot, which would look to be the first frame. It was not. St. Ambrose with some momentum. UW-Milwaukee with some momentum as well. Double spare double. Marian on a double as well. Trouble there for Nate in the fifth. The 3-7. In the fourth. Gave it a run. That came up empty on count as well. 95 in the fifth. Bill Williams Jr. here with you. Big thanks to all of you who have stuck around for the majority of this block here. Again, 32 games tomorrow. I am curious what you might be looking forward to tomorrow. You know, the position round will always present some fierce excitement. I think the entire afternoon block, in my experience as a competitor, especially the final 16 games, depending on where you were, the mindset was different for some, but kind of the same overall. It's how you still got to get all you can. But if you're leading the pack and you're way out in front, you're going to be a little bit more looser than someone who is trying to chase down a team that's trying to chase down 150 to 200 pins. So all of the emotions that will take place tomorrow, the movement in the standings that could take place, it generally happens every single year at some sectional. Somebody a team comes back from a significant deficit and makes a run. Whether they get there or not, whether they get to fourth is a different story, but they make a run to put themselves in position. Ray Boho wanted to say hi, everyone. Trying to get him a view here. He's watching from back behind the table in front of us, essentially, but away from the lanes, of course. .213 for Marian. Try it.
What? No! I'll go back on last.
All right, our final block today will feature Ancilla and Calumet on the women's side, and Western Illinois and Marian on 29 and 32. .202 for UW-Milwaukee. And a 3-7 for Nate again. Just gets it a little left of target down lane, and it just doesn't want to get up the hill. Now, best they can do is shoot 201 here. No, excuse me, 203. Worst they can do is shoot 201. .145 for UW-Lacrosse. .202 for St. Ambrose. And Games 25 through 28, folks, are in the books.
Was I the only thing the camera could see?
St. Ambrose shot .857 that block, which included a 194 and a 195 game. 266 certainly helps. They wanted to put more on that and add to it. Folks, we'll have a brief break. We'll take one as well. Again, Ancilla and Calumet upcoming, along with Western Illinois and the Marian men. So Ancilla and Calumet on the women's side, Western Illinois and Marian on the men's pair. Back in a moment here on Bowl TV.
46, right?
Yes, 46.
Well, you went over there and it really confused me.
Judson. Dang it. Thank you.
All right, as you heard a fan say, last set. It is indeed last set. Games 29 through 32. Here at Fairview Heights, Emil Williams Jr. here with you. Hope you guys have been watching and also checking in on the other sectionals that are ongoing as well. Again, in Stratford, New Jersey, Smyrna, Tennessee, and Dallas, Texas. Final games of the day. On the women's side, Ancilla with Ale Albanese leading off, followed by Taylor Landis, excuse me. Megan Heflin, Brooklyn Schultz, and Angelique McKinney. Calumet. Had Calumet on today already. Liana Motel been a mainstay in the leadoff position along with Poor Chartrand bowling second. Brianna Farrow third. Lindsay Norton in bowling fourth, and Candace Tovo, the anchor player for Calumet. On the men's side, Western Illinois. Get to see them for the first time, the Leathernecks. Andrew Wagner. Joseph Wurinma. Bradley Behrens. Kevin Minotowski. Excuse me, I beg your pardon. Fourth today is, in this particular game, is Kyle Rockstad. And the anchor position is Nick Schubert. And for Marian, Sam Atkinson, leading things off. Ball by Patrick Hubschman. Haley Shoemaker. Jeff Mann and Jordan Shepard. Jeffrey Mann won the U20 Junior Gold Championships and is a current Junior Team USA. He won that title in 2016. Jordan Shepard, meanwhile, bowled pretty darn good yesterday. He qualified for the Intercollegiate Singles Championships. All right, Calumet. Looks like they'll be in the 2-0s here to start things. A double there from Tovo. Western Illinois, historically, had a great run. Late 90s, early 2000s. In 1999, they won their first ITC title. That was in Wichita, Kansas. Then in 2001, won their second in Grand Rapids, Michigan. They repeated in 2002 in Buffalo. So again, as a program, Western has been pretty darn good. Oh, nice break for Calumet. Brianna Farrow crossing over and getting some carry. 163 for Ancilla. All right, 4 in a row now for Calumet. They've got the momentum brewing. The strikes are coming at a frenzied pace here on 25 and 26, and Ancilla gets off to a good start as well. For 5 in a row, Tovo wraps a 10-pin. Good shot. No love on the 10-pin for Western Illinois and the 10th. Nick Schupritz. A 4-bagger and 10-pin spare so far for Calumet. That's a pretty good look. First half of a Baker game here. Game 30, specifically for Calumet. Western Illinois can get to 203. And they started right back up, does Calumet. Looking forward to our scoring updates. And the first sign of trouble for Calumet. Western Illinois shoots 203. And Marian does the same thing. Mentioned Jordan Shepard yesterday, the anchor for Marian. A lot of old school to me in his game. Throws it pretty straight. I mean, I would say the definition of a straight player, but just very uncommon. Wow. Whew, look at that messenger thrown. Marian is out here throwing messengers everywhere. They must know it's time to go. Mr. Atkinson doing work. Barrow. And crossover that time. '28 game update is coming soon, folks. It just scrolled across our screens here locally. Go ahead and check. Not on the internet as of yet. That stops a 5-in-a-row string for Ancilla. Ancilla College, the Chargers. Part of the National Junior College Athletic Association. Ancilla has some award-winning coaches, as their head coach, Al Franklin, who is here, was named the Michigan Community College Athletic Association Coach of the Year in women's bowling. As Ancilla has won the NCCAA Championship, the NJCA, or NJCAA, excuse me, Regional 12 title. And the District G title, and they took a second place finish at the NJCAA National Tournament last weekend. It's been a very good season for Ancilla overall. Ancilla fell to Schenectady Community College, who making some noise in Stratford. But nonetheless, congrats to Coach Franklin and his Chargers. The Lady Chargers doing some work. He started the program last year. Actually, I remember him now. He made a stop, I believe, at the combine, at the bowling combine at the ITRC. Another quality shot there from Ancilla. They're starting to get some momentum here and see where they are at the update. They can get to 241. Meanwhile, Marian now with a 4-bagger. .240. Nicely done. Nice spare there. I will check scores in 1 second. spare shooting going on over on 27 and 28. Splits being made at a rapid pace. That time it was the 4-9 from Jeff Mann, Western Illinois. Open in the 8th. .234, the open in the 10th for Marian. 183 for Western Illinois. Two games down, a couple more to go on the men's side. Wow, what I think was the the 1-7-8. Nicely done. All right, let's check those scores. I apologize. Looks like they haven't hit the web yet. Let's see what we have across our monitors here. When I scroll back around, I'll be sure to give you those. Right now, Smyrna, Robert Morris, Lincoln Memorial, St. Francis, and Emmanuel. Top 4 after 28 games. Sacred Heart has the lead in Stratford on the women's side. Some interesting developments. Encourage you to check out all of the results, bowl.com/sectionals. McKendree, Wichita State, Midland, William Penn. William Penn won the Hoosier. Top 4 in Dallas on the men's side. On the women's side in Dallas, McKendree, Wichita State, William Penn, and Newman. Could be a sweep for all 4 teams, potentially. McKendree, Wichita State, William Penn, and Newman. If the Newman men can hop into the top 4. Right here at Fairview Heights, Lindenwood, women, St. Ambrose, Stephen F. Austin, and Grandview. With Calumet 5th, 97 back of 4th. And Connell State, Calumet, Arizona State, and Lindenwood. That doesn't quite seem right. Looked like there might have been some errors there. I'll have to double check that. Ancilla 146 after the 240 game. Switching lanes is not helping. Yes, Jeffrey Mann, Mika Daring, rolling for Marian. All right, Marian trying to make some noise here to end the day. All right, our official update. After 28 games, Calumet still leading and increasing their lead over Arizona State. They lead now by 185 pins. Arizona State shot 264, 215, 171, 134. In their last block, meanwhile, Calumet counter 231, 235, 235, 244. Well, this could be the year for Calumet. They have made some runs in the past, but they were the top team in the final power ranking, certainly for a reason. They lead here in Fairview Heights. Again, Arizona State in second, Lindenwood in third, 58-57. And they've created a little space between them and fourth place. This fourth belongs to St. Ambrose at 56-73. Vincennes still threatening in fifth. 56-39, lurking is Davenport at 55-88. Marian is in seventh at 54-91 and still got plenty of opportunity. So we'll keep an eye on, as we get closer to, especially in the morning, based on what happens here in those last two games, you can kind of circle some of the teams you want to keep an eye on. Marian will be one of them. Now into the 230s. Big double there by Jordan Shepard after he missed an opportunity on the right lane. And the 10th, they opened in the 10th, they shot 234. Now doubling in the 10th here is Jordan and can get to 235. Mankato State is 8th at 54.09, not out of it either. On the women's side, Lindenwood leads 58-60. Another 260 game for LU. St. Ambrose is second, 57-28. Stephen F. Austin is third at 57-12, and Grandview is fourth at 56-53. Calumet is fifth, 55-56. UW-Whitewater is 54-97. Campbellsville right there at 54-37. Aquinas 54-14. .233 for Marian. And they are putting together a very strong block here to end the day. Already 70 over. Western Illinois shot 203, 183, 199 for their first 3 games this set. All right, Marian trying to put some things together here. Again, plus 70 so far for 3 here in this block. They've got an early double. Ancilla and Calumet. Said I was going to look at Ancilla and see where they are in the standings. They are 14th. Never know what can happen. They try to make a run here. Again, Calumet women sitting 5th. Marian opened in the 3rd, 9 spare in the 4th. Here is Jordan Shepard. Throws it hard and straight. Left a very firm 4-pin there. And the miscue for Western in the 6th. Ancilla. Best they can do now is shoot 191. See the players finishing up, grabbing their equipment and storing it. Some of the relief you see on the faces of the players as they finally could take their bowling shoes off after standing essentially for, what time is it, 5:21, so for about 8-9 hours. It's basically a work day today for the players, essentially. Started at about 8. They got a lunch break at 12:30, and now they're about off the clock here at 5:21. Big shot there for Marian. Starting things over in the back half of the game. They'd love to have 240. And go plus 115. Here this afternoon. .157 for Ancilla. Tovo to finish it out for Calumet. Nice shot. That was a very, very, very well executed shot in the 8th frame. Baylor Shoemaker. Here's Jeff Mann trying to set up anchorman Jordan Shepard in the 10th. He does just that. Just one strike this game for Calumet. Here is Shepard. All right, Shepard makes the spare, a young freshman. And that 8th frame shot I was talking about was Balin Shoemaker, but Shepard here. Shepard, the young anchor. We'll see if Marian can give themselves an opportunity tomorrow late. This set here will move them up in the standings. Tovo to finish it out for Calumet, looking for 3 in a row. 194 for Western Illinois, 190 for Calumet. And that will conclude our coverage for today, folks. We are 32 games into sectionals. Be sure to check out the updates on bowl.com/sectionals. Oh, my man. My bad. Missed some things in the chat room. My apologies. Darren Dunning, what's going on, my man? I am indeed in your neck of the woods. Did a lot of good things here. Hope you're doing well. Martin Shorts, they take the top 4. Yes, they do. Top 4 teams, men and women. We'll move on to ITCs in Lincoln, Nebraska. We'll have 16 men and 16 women total. And we will know all of that tomorrow. Tomorrow's 32 games. We've got a very early start tomorrow morning. 7:30 is the time. Not only 7:30, but that's 7:30 and you lose an hour of sleep. So I'm not a coffee guy, but lately I've had my fair share. I'm generally a tea guy, but I'm gonna have one of them in the morning, no doubt about that. So we look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Look forward to chatting with you tomorrow. You certainly will want to tune in, so if you can, make some room for us here on Bowl TV. All 4 sectionals, of course, being live streamed. Mike Flanagan and Inside Bowling in Smyrna, Tennessee. Bowl Stream TV and Craig Elliott in Dallas, and Aaron Smith, of course, my counterpart. And my homie at USBC is in Stratford, New Jersey. For everyone here, for Steve Lawson, Mrs. Lawson, Mike Imes was great today, as well as Gene. Big thanks to them for solving our connection troubles here for the afternoon block. Mike Dill, great mechanic in the back, and everyone who had an opportunity to watch today, we thank you for tuning in. Again, 7:30 a.m. Central Time. 7:30 a.m. Central Time here at Fairview Heights. 16 games in the morning. The exact schedule is as follows. Again, 16 games, 4-game Baker blocks. 7:45 to 11:30 a.m. Lunch from 11:30 to 12:30. So we'll have brunch tomorrow, and back on the lanes at 12:30 for practice to be essentially done and complete by about 4:30 or 5 o'clock, excuse me. All right, folks. I'm Emil Williams Jr. We will see you tomorrow. Be safe. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Get a good meal. Don't forget about your clocks. And I'll talk to you at 7:30 a.m. It's been a presentation of the ITC Sectionals. You watched it live on Bowl TV.